All right, you've got 4 sections. There's a little bit of rep play on the A section. So you have single arm dumbbell snatch. The first round you're doing 5, then 7, then 9, then 11. That's per side. So you end up doing, in the last round, you're doing 22 reps for the dumbbell snatch. The reps stay the same for the single arm push press. It's always 10, and that's per side. I should have said per side. Then the reps change. Instead of going up, as in the dumbbell snatch, they're going down. So you're doing a no push-up burpee to a leap, and then you can just walk back to your initiating place, and you're doing 20 the first round, 15, 10, and then 5. The B section, it's always 20 reps, and that's 20 reps total, and it's 3 rounds. The third section, you're doing scissor jumps on the box, incline clapping push-ups, so you can just, as soon as you finish those scissors, you can just turn and face the box. Actually, you're already facing the box, so you just go into a push-up position and do clapping push-ups, and then you do that side-to-side thruster. That is most similar to a wall ball. You're doing 16 reps for every round, and it's 3 rounds total. And then there's some rep play on the 4th section. It's a couplet, so you have 2 movements. We've never done a mountain climber push-up. You just knee to knee, and then a push-up. That's 1 rep. And box jumps, everybody knows box jumps. So you're doing 2 reps of each of those movements the first round, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, and then you go back down from 10 to 8 to 6 to 4 to 2. Okay, so here's single arm dumbbell snatch. This is a normal speed. I'm going to break down the movements. Notice that the hips extend first, the elbow drives up, and then the arm locks at the same time as the knees bend. So watch again. Dumbbell touches the ground, hips extend, arm bends, flick of the arm locks at the same time as the knee bends. Make sure you realize and work on developing power mostly from your hips and letting the arm follow along. Single arm push press, again, this is a hip driven movement. So you want to generate power from the dip when your knees bend. So your knees and hips are flexing, generating power, opening the hip, and then the arm follows. All right, no push-up burpee with a leap. So everyone knows what the no push-up burpee looks like, but I want you to focus on what happens with the arms for the jump. The most amount of power is generated when the hips flex as the arms swing back, and then the hips open with the arms up. Minimizing or not using your arms will make it a lot harder. This is a dumbbell squat clean. So dumbbells touch the ground. And again, you want to watch that the hips extend fully before the arms pull and turn around. A push jerk is very much like a push press, except that you are landing with your knees bent. It's not a squat, but you are landing at the same exact time as your arms extend with that knee bend position. This allows you to use more weight than you would in a push press. And the reason for that is that the legs are catching the weight as opposed to the trunk and the arms. All right, lunge jumps. Just remember, again, we're talking about power movements today. So hip driven means you're really focusing on generating power from your lower body and fully extending the hips before you drop down and generate or recycle that power. Very similar to the lunge jumps is the step up scissors, but the deal here is that because your foot is on the box, you're getting a lot more glute and hamstring instead of quad dominance. But it's the same idea. Notice that the hips are fully opening before I even get the next foot on the box. Incline clapping push-ups. Incline makes it easier, but the clap makes it harder. Notice that the hips stay in line with the ribs. There's no distinction or break in the line between the shoulders, the stomach, or the back and the hips. Try to make sure that you don't pike your hips as you're generating power off the box. Side to side dumbbell thruster, you are focusing on, just as you normally would in a thruster, generating a lot of speed on the way up. So the arms aren't really pressing here as much as they're just following what the hips have already provided. So you're going to feel more of a cardio experience and also big lower body experience. You will not feel as much arm as you would in a traditional thruster with 2 dumbbells. Mountain climber push-up is pretty self-explanatory. No need to stay on your toes if you feel your back arching, so you could do the mountain climber and drop to your knees. I think I demonstrate 1 or 2 reps that way at the end of this demonstration. So right knee, left knee, drop into push-up. Try not to let your back arch. As you descend, try to keep a neutral spine. Okay, box jumps, you're all familiar with it, but what I notice is when I see people doing this in person, sometimes they land in a really deep squat, like they are landing with their butt close to their heels. You do not want to do that. It's a lot of pressure to land with that much impact in such a compressed position. So try to land in this position. I'm probably at about less than a 90-degree angle when I'm landing. So your butt should be above your knees when you land. So you need to generate more height in order to catch yourself in that position. Also notice use of the